What do I do next time when I'm faced with some kind of corruption I think is not okay or alright? What should I do? That's such an important and also difficult question, because oftentimes there is an implicit answer for us. We have some kind of inner compass of values that we value. Maybe we did not articulate them yet. So when we see something that engages us and we think it's wrong, it's bad, we tend to act. And this leads me to today's topic. We go a step further in articulating and clarifying our values. Welcome back. We go through another exercise from this book, almost finished. This is the second last one from the Acceptance and Commitment Therapy. And after we learn to identify our thoughts and feelings, after we learn to diffuse our bad thoughts, to leave room for them, and to expand our thinking and to create connection, also becoming more mindful about ourselves, now we have to articulate our values, because we want to live according to values, not according to impulses, not according to trends. When we are young, what oftentimes happens is that we get to know different groups of people with different kind of values, and every time we slip into it, then we ask ourselves, is this right? Is this what I also value? Is this the group I belong to? Bit of group identity there, but it's much more important to articulate our values by ourselves. Write them down and be able to articulate them, to identify. If I would ask you, what are your values? If I look in the mirror and ask myself, Peter, what are your values? Oftentimes it's not that easy to count all the 10 values I might have. I really have to think about them. And chances are you feel the same. It's quite hard. And maybe you come up with 2 or 3, but even those it's not easy to get them out. So we have to clarify them. We have to think about all the different aspects in our life. What do we value at work? What do we value in our family? What do we value in regards to our friends? What do we value about time, about service, about our job, and so many different aspects. We should think about, articulate our values, and then live according to them. Live according to them. Do what we think is right. That's so hard, because when we are faced with the situation, we oftentimes have to overcome some kind of fear or anxiety. We have to be brave to act according to our values. But the first step is to know them. So how do we go through this exercise? Well, I share with you a Notion template. Have a look at it. It's like a long table with 40 values. They are written down in a sentence, so take a bit of time to read through it. Contribution and generosity, could contribute, give, help, assist or share. Courage, to be courageous or brave, to persist in the face of fear, threat or difficulty. That's a value. And after you read through a value, you can choose how important this is for you. Very important, quite important, not important at all. We'll take a bit of time to go through all these values. Take the time. Maybe you brew a nice cup of coffee, a tea, and then you enjoy morning time going through these values. And pro tip, come back to it. Set a reminder in your calendar straight away, right away after you finished, and then come back, commit to it. Come back to this exercise and do it at least 2 other times. And you can do this by duplicating this column. You can press on this area and then you can go duplicate. And after you duplicate it, you also can hide this first column. You can hide it because then you're not influenced by what you wrote down a week ago. And after you did it 3 times, then you'll have a pretty clear result, because then you'll see, did I choose the quite important values every time? Maybe you choose one 3 times and one just 1 or 2 times. I think that gives you a good feeling for what's really valuable to you. And after you did that, make the list of values. Write it down, your 10 values according to which you want to live. Hang it out there, put it on your wall, write it down, send an email every day for 7 days so you read it every morning, and then you get to internalize your values. So next time something happens, you're faced with the big question, you know what to do because you defined your values.